This is Matthew Hatchett, a.k.a. Hatch, and you are now listening to the One Bar and Lupikus Show.
All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupikus Show. I'm One Bar, and the Vikings have made quite a few changes to their roster over the last couple of weeks, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. So I think this warrants an updated 53-man roster projection before training camp, just a shot in the dark. But I'm going to do it. And there was some very hard decisions to make. And unfortunately, I had to had a very tough conversation with some of these players and let them go. But let's see where we land. In the comments, let me know guys that you would have kept, guys that you would have definitely got rid of. Let me know where we are messing up. Remember, subscribe to the channel, like the video here every damn day, talking Vikings. Let's see what this Vikings roster ends up at, starting with the quarterback position. And wham bam, here we go. Pretty easy. Cousins, Mond, yeah, Browning's getting a little bit of run. He might be the backup quarterback. I highly doubt it. And I have him keeping 2. They kept 2 last year. It just makes sense because some of these other positions, when you get the offensive line, linebacker, corner, there's going to be some pretty damn tough decisions to be made. So Cousins, Mond, and when all is said and done, I think Jake Browning once again ends up on the practice squad, and Nate Stanley is the odd man out. So that's what we got there. Running back, moving on, we kept 5 in 2020. I have them only keeping 4. Again, some other positions are just too tough decisions to make. If we got to bring a running back at some point, it's easier to find a running back than it is some of these other positions. So Cook, Madison, Nwangu, and CJ Ham, the fullback. And we unfortunately say goodbye to Amir Abdullah, who has been a pretty damn good player for the Vikings special teams and a running back in a pinch. So Amir Abdullah, I think, is expendable just for the fact that all these guys that we have brought in that can help on special teams and in the return game. So Jake Bargas, a guy I think that could absolutely end up on the practice squad again. Heading over to receiver, total of 7 in 2020. I only got him keeping 6 in 2021. And these ones are all fairly easy. Smith Marset, the rookie, BC Johnson, and I actually have him keeping Whop Fillier, special teams guy, a guy that I think they could have a little bit of fun with gadget-wise. Maybe not so much this year, but maybe in a year or so. And I think he could make his imprint on special teams in 2021. Blake Prohl, KJ Osborne. I know it's going to break everybody's heart. He's out. Chesina. Again, I'm going to say this a couple times. I just think there's a ton of special teams players that can fill his role, and to keep him, and really he offers nothing as a wide receiver. I just don't think we have the luxury this year. So I think some of these guys could end up on the practice squad, even KJ Osborne and Chesina. We shall see, but I only have them keeping 6. So let's head over to tight end. Herb Smith, Conklin, Zach Davidson, the 5th round rookie. Brandon Dillon out. Shane Zylstra. I think Zylstra could be a sneaky one that lands up on the practice squad. We don't know. Conklin, this could be his last year as a Viking. Zylstra could be a very interesting one to watch as a developmental player. He was a wide receiver in college. They moved him to tight end, so he's going to need a little bit of time, but he's got the athletic ability, and I just love seeing Shane Zylstra. So 3 tight ends, kept 3 in 2020. So offensive line, here's some tough ones. So these are all very straightforward. Mason Cole, I think, is going to make the team. I think the fact that he can play multiple positions. Yes, I have the Vikings keeping Dakota Dozier securely as the backup. Oludo and Blake Brandel, by no means should they feel good right now. But Brandel, again, a guy who can play a couple positions and is getting some decent reviews at OTAs. So Drew Samia, former 4th rounder, hate to say it, but I have him out. Kyle Hinton, I think he could land on the practice squad again. Cole Cabal and Zach Bailey out. So Samia, I would say, was probably the more surprising one, even though, yes, he didn't play very well last year or really ever. And Blake Brandel sneaking in, getting that spot. Yes. All right, let's head over to the defensive side of the ball, defensive line. Again, some very not easy decisions here. Armon Watts, I got sneaking in. Barely. Jalen Holmes, veteran guy who can play all along the line. I think he offers some value there. Some people probably won't agree with me there. James Lynch, practice squad. James Lynch and Armon Watts right now for me are just completely neck and neck. While Watts has actually seen the field, James Lynch obviously has the higher ceiling. Twyman, 6th round guy out of Pitt. I got a practice squad written all over him. Hercules, sorry, man. And these other guys, Jordan Brailford, gave us a few good plays, but that's all she wrote. Kept 11 in 2020. I believe I got us keeping 10 here. Yes, 10. So this one will be a very, very interesting one to watch. Linebacker, we kept 5 last year. I have them keeping 6. Barr, Kendricks, Vigil, Troy Dye, Chaz Surratt, and Blake Lynch. I just love Blake Lynch. I mean, when he was out there, when he filled in, he filled in damn good, and he is very, very raw. So Cam Smith, my man, Tough Borland, Christian Ellis, and Ryan Connolly out. I could see any of these guys really on the practice squad. Hopefully it is Tough Borland for my sanity. But linebackers, Chaz Surratt, Troy Dye, I think they're going to be some special teams stallions. And hopefully Dye can start working his way into that starting lineup and actually making some plays. We'll see. But Blake Lynch, love me some Blake Lynch. Let's go to cornerback. Got him keeping 6, just like they did last year. Christ, that is a gas station. All right, so let's see. No real big things here. Obviously, the elephant in the room is Jeff Gladney. I have him out. Doesn't mean they're going to cut him. I just have him not as part of this roster, whether that's wherever that may be. So right now, if Jeff Gladney some reason somehow does play this year, it's going to make things extremely interesting. And the name that sticks out to me is Chris Boyd, one that should be sweating just a little bit. But for this, I got him keeping 6. This is what I got. Again, pretty easy. Ty Smith could be a sneaky one to watch. He had some good years in Tennessee. Safety, last year, here's the big change. They only kept 2. I have them doubling that this year. Cam Bynum, I think, who they have listed as a safety, will make the squad. Josh Metella squeaking in solely for special teams and a little bit of depth. Miles Dorn, Luther Kirk. Dorn, I think, could be a practice squatter again. But I think they got to keep 4 safeties on the roster. So special teams, easy peasy. I do have Joseph beating out the rookie Riley Patterson. Joseph had some good love in OTAs as well, and these other guys are just kind of givens, especially now that they got rid of that LSU punter. So there you have it. There is my 53. I wouldn't say any real shockers. I would say Amir Abdullah. I would say the fact that I kept Wap Fillier. Other than that, a few guys you could change out on the offensive defensive line, and same with linebacker. Maybe Blake Lynch doesn't make it, and they opt to keep another defensive lineman or offensive lineman. But let me know in the comments, what do you think the 53-man projection, and where did I screw